Hey, we back. I'm here on, well, Discord, and we're talking about something pretty random today, which is this meme here. You may have seen it, you may have not. It is the Discord sex hack meme. I don't know what to call it. It's Discord sex. Like, that's all there is to it. It's been going around Discord the last couple of days, and it was kind of interesting to me. There've been a lot of memes like this recently, which just mess around with Discord's features. There was the one a while ago, if you saw, a few months I think, where there was a MP4 video which changed when you full screened it. There's the more recent one, which displays as a GIF and as a video at the same time, which is pretty magical. And now we've got this one. How does this make any sense? You're just sending tenor images, and then it says Discord sex, like it's magical. Well, I was curious how this one worked, so I went to have a look. I will now be explaining it, and also hopefully telling you some features about this thing that you maybe didn't know about. So first of all, what is this? If you haven't seen it before, it is what it says on the tin. We find a GIF. It can be any GIF. I'm going to use the same one I always use. It's fantastic. The heavy TF2 GIF here. I'm going to send that from the GIF picker, and then you type sex with the slashes, and suddenly we have Discord sex hack. And how does that make any sense? Well, there's a couple of things to notice. Firstly, the message of the sex is deleted entirely. And this one of the apparent GIF has been edited. What this means is that this is actually Discord doing this. This is using your account and editing your message. This is it an inbuilt Discord feature or something? Well, almost. What I'm going to show you now is, I'm sure you're aware of what the tenor GIF format is. If I paste this and then edit it, we can see we've got tenor, view, and the name of the GIF, some random numbers and stuff, right? If I have a look at this one here, it looks almost exactly the same, but we've got an X instead of the E on that tenor there, which seems pretty random. This means this is actually no longer on the tenor website. This is on texnor.com site. And if you actually go to this site, it immediately redirects from to a tweet from presumably the guy that made it. So basically someone owns this Texnor website, and they are using the tenor link here in order to use an image generator to generate this image on the fly with the GIF thumbnail thing. But how does it become the Texnor website when you just sent sex? How does that make any sense? Well, this is the inbuilt Discord feature bit. If I show you something like this, we're just going to type a bunch of numbers in here. Now, the S/ thing is actually a replace command in Discord. I assume it stands for swap or something like that. By the way, if you do know any more about the swap command thing, or if you find anything about it, some official documentation, that would be great, because I looked and I couldn't find it. So if you do have something like that, feel free to send it in the description. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to write the S/, and let's pick a random number, let's say 5, and I'm going to say replace that with the letter H, right? If I type that in, you can see it did it. So that S/ thing is simply replacing it. And the fact that this link has been embedded into Discord doesn't change the fact that really it's just this link. So when you type the S/E/X, it replaces the E in tenor to an X, which, you know, then gets you this website here. So now you can see it all coming together, right? This is how we get the embed. One thing that I did forget to mention the first time is that you can, of course, type the sex command again after you've already done it once on the same image. That will actually get a little Easter egg there with the ultra double sex. It's pretty obvious how that one works, because there is, of course, a second E in the initial bit of the URL, which is in the view, so it replaces that one. But as you can see, there's no third E, at least not until we get to the actual image. So if you try to do it a third time, it's just not going to work. It's not going to do it. We now have HX dance heavy weapons guy instead, and we can keep doing this for a while, and it'll either magically find a different image, which is very unlikely. Somehow it does manage to keep this image here despite the fact that all the E's are being changed to X's, but there, yeah, for the most part it's not going to work too well, and eventually you'll run out of E's in your URL, so that only works once. But yeah, that's another thing that you can do with it. But the story does not end here, because if you were having a look at this meme, I believe yesterday, a little feature was added over here, which doesn't appear to be here anymore, but I'll tell you that it's actually a chess game that we can play on this. So if we do the sex one first, then we can do the chess game. I'll once again get my heavy TF2 picture at the bottom there. We're gonna convert it into the sex template, and then what we do is we put swag. Right, now if we have a look at this, we can predict what it's going to do. It's going to take the first W, which is this one in view, and replace it with AG. So let's see it do that. We type swag, we now have a chess game. Did it do what we expected? Yes, it did. The W has been replaced by AG, and we now have a chessboard. It has example move here, which is again with the S/, we're replacing G by this fancy code. We can find which G it's replacing. It's that one. And it's going to replace it with this fancy code, and this will be a move in the chess game. And you can quite literally play chess here against an AI. I had a go at it yesterday, and I mean, I can tell you the AI is not bad. I mean, I wouldn't call myself professional chess, but like I won my fair share of competitions back in the day, and this chess bot, not bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of example moves. Let's go with the stereotypical one. We need to do this little code first. We'll go E2 to E4 if I can type. So we've got the dollar and the and symbol here, and then we've put the square that we're going to move from, the square that we're going to move to. I'm going to send that, and as you can see, it updates, and the AI has also had their move and gone here. Now this chess thing does seem to be a little buggy. I did manage to get both me and the AI to play a couple of illegal moves yesterday, which was interesting. In fact, I managed to get the AI to move through one of my pieces once, which was fun. So there's clearly a couple of bugs with this thing, but at the end of the day, you're playing chess in Discord embeds, so I wouldn't complain. And as you can see, what it's done here is it's put the E2, E4 inside of that link, right? And we have the G back as well. I'm not sure how it put the G back. This code with the dollar and the and is pretty fancy and did some magical stuff. Again, if anyone has any explanation for that one, feel free to let me know in the comments, because I don't know that. But you can see we've got the move list here. I can do another move. So we can do S/G. We're replacing the G again. We can put the little code thing in there. And then let's move B1. That's our knight. Move him to C3. Sure, why not? It sounds good. It's not a great move, to be fair, because of course that's what the bot does, and he's now attacking the knight, and we're slightly sad about that. But once again, we can have a look at the code, and we're starting to stack up our moves here, which is kind of fun, and we still have the G left over for any further moves. This is as well going to put a limit on the time of the game, because I think once a link gets too long, it'll stop embedding or something like that. I'm not too confident on that, though. Maybe it'll work fine. But just in general, the game, I think, is a little buggy, but you can kind of expect that. But yeah, there you go. So you've got some chess that you can play here as well. You can, presumably, if you're